Do you suspend Driftbolt here? Okay.
Apparently, yes.
Okay, good. Not a very heavy permission hand for Mitamura in this game. You surprised he kept that hand?
No, it seemed fine. Mix of land and spells. Why does he need... He doesn't need permission. He just needs to trade. Trade, set up. No, I used to take out counters against... I mean, when you're playing against the aggro red deck, counterspell is one of the worst cards in your deck. You just want to be able to react, kill something, play a blocker, play a 1-2. That's way better.
Sidon Squires.
Wow, Stormbind, Fiery Temper for Saito.
But no forests.
No green mana. Riftbolt resolves. That'll drop Mitamura to 16. Expanse for an island from Mitamura, and he charges up storage land.
Saito's hand is terrific if he can.
He needs green mana.
If he can find that forest or Pendelhaven. How many green sources does he play?
I kind of like the way Mitamura has chosen not to run out that Brine Elemental. I mean, he's pretty effectively bluffing permission. And then, yeah, exactly this. Now he gets to run it out as a 6/6. It's not going to die.
Right. Yep, it's going to take two spells if Saito wants to kill it. It's like a giant vitamin.
Up on the first table, Top has been attacking with a couple of Triskelebyte tokens, but he seems to be winning the card advantage game.
He just got a dismal failure off, and looks like he suspended a Chronicler.
Yep. I think I heard Rich say he's got a Detritivore in his hand. He's been sort of saving it so he can defend it, and
he doesn't need to defend it. He just needs to suspend it. But I guess he's worried about the
pull from eternity. Meanwhile, I mean, if Wafotapa is just drawing Triskelebyte every turn, if he's got interest in that, then let Wafotapa waste his time on this. I mean, that's the way he's played the deck all weekend, right? Yeah. Like, only the last point of life matters. Sure, let him cast Triskelebyte 7 times. What do I care? As long as I kill the thing before I die, I'm fine.
And it's not like he's drawing new cards.
Right. That's my point. Wafotapa's just sort of in this sort of stasis of playing the same card over and over and over again.
Oh, and there's the pull from eternity gets the Chronicler.
I wonder if that was bait. Clear path for Detritivore.
It's a question.
It's funny. I played a match at Grand Prix Lisbon once, where I was playing a counter Phoenix deck. Had the ability to bring back Shard Phoenixes and forbid and lock somebody. Guy played a turn 4 Trade Run Rider, and he had the land where you could take a creature back from the graveyard, put it back on top of the library. Made that play every turn for 30 consecutive turns. And he just kept putting the Trade Run Rider back on top, and I was forbidding it with buyback with the Shard Phoenix. Literally 30 consecutive turns. I'm like, why is this guy still doing this? Does he realize he hasn't drawn a card in 30 turns? And like occasionally I would throw in a Dismiss and be up a card, be up like 2 cards. It's just like eventually I draw into Dismisses and was able to make progress and build up mana and be buying back 3 Shard Phoenixes instead of 2. It's like, this is a losing battle. You look ahead far enough, and that's... Now, Heezy does not have any sort of recursive way to deal with Triskelebyte. I'm not saying it's the same situation, but it's...
But Mystical Teachings is
almost recursive.
Virtually recursive. So we just got handed a list of the cards from the top 50 decks in this tournament. What was the most played? You don't get to look.
I'm not looking.
What was the most played card main deck?
Mountain.
Yeah, mountain. 325 mountains in the top 50 decks. What was the most played non-land card in the tournament?
Most played non-land card in the tournament. Sulfur Elemental?
That was second. It's Prismatic Lens.
Ah!
Tricked you.
You did.
It was mana. Yeah, it's
I feel for myself though that was pretty good. I got the top colored card. That's
top,
just how I interpreted the question.
The top cards are
My story. I'm sticking to it.
Mountain, Island, Forest. More terramorphic expanses than there were swamps.
Sure.
More prismatic lenses.
You said top 50 decks?
It says top
How
50
many
decks.
planes?
I don't see planes. There's 53 planes in the top 50 decks.
That's what, 3 Weenie decks? 4 maybe?
3 or 4. I mean, and there's some planes in the control decks.
Yeah, so it's like maybe 2. Wow. All right. Meanwhile, Tomohiro Saito has found his forest, has gotten his Stormbind into play. But in other news, there's a Brine Elemental and a Vesuvian Shapeshifter. But then again, I guess the Shapeshifter is a Brine Elemental right now. Minamura is tapped down to 1 mana.
Where are we in?
Yeah, we're trying to figure that out too.
What phase are we in?
Sorry.
No, his upkeep.
It is Saito's upkeep. So Brine Elemental got flipped. So that Shapeshifter was a Brine Elemental. Now is it stays a Brine Elemental all the way
Stays
until
a
the
Brine
next turn?
Elemental until as long as it's face up right now.
So Saito can Stormbind something.
If he draws a land and hits his Fiery Temper, he can get rid of that Shapeshifter.
Hmm.
We haven't seen his hand, so we don't know what he drew. If he he does have land, so he hasn't out here.
He's got 2 Fiery Tempers, right?
Yep.
So you play, it's basically 50-50. Wow, basically 50-50 to go.
And if he misses, that's pretty much the game. Nope. Nope. He decided to play it safe. He went dead, and then Stormbind.
Oh, there with the Fiery Temper.
But couldn't he have Stormbinded first?
Yeah.
And then but then if he hits the dead, he's locked into.
Oh, if he hits
Right, if
the
it's
dead,
the
then
dead,
he's
that's the
screwed.
problem. Sure.
So there was a 25%. If he Stormbinds first, there's a 25% scenario where he's still locked.
Right. Oh boy.
Oh, but there's a new Shapeshifter.
And that's the game.
And that's the lock.
That's the lock.
And that's the game. And Minamura knows it. He leans back in his chair. There's the handshake. And wow. Kazuya Minamura wins. 3-2. He defeats Tomohiro Saito. It is Minamura and his Pickles deck. You got to be tickled.
Kind of happy to see the Brine Elemental going to the finals of a Pro Tour.
Brine Elemental will be in the finals. Kazuya Minamura will be trying to live the dream. How many times can he put that Pickles combo together? Needs 3 more, and then he wins the Pro Tour.
And it's worth noting that both players on the other table are not looking forward